watching Do Well, Do Good. I'm Lucy and we're here at one of my favorite places and they are proving that they are not going anywhere. This is a brand that you all need to be paying attention to and we're going to talk more about it. So Jordan, you are the co-founder here at Q Kitchen. Thank you for inviting us here.
Thank you for coming.
So you've built this restaurant and this whole concept of this idea that at some stage we actually stopped eating like humans. What does that mean? And tell me more about this story behind Q Kitchen.
Yeah, so it's called Q Kitchen. Q stands for human. Our slogan is get back to human. And we didn't come from this industry, but we realized, and we sort of, the concept of the bar for I feel fine is set way too low resonated with us. So what does that mean? It means that we as humans in society are not eating properly to thrive as human beings. And when you start looking at the ingredients that you're actually feeding yourself, you're saying, okay, I could actually feel better than I do right now if I tweak what I eat. And that's what we did when we formed Q Kitchen.
I think that it's really interesting the way that you've actually curated the food that you offer here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information out there, even more so than 6 years ago when we started this. This diet's bad, this diet's good. We sort of cut through all of that. And what I urge everyone else to do for themselves is you find out what works for you, but you have to try different things. You have to cut out different ingredients for a month, see what it does for you. And that's what we did here. And we took those principles that we called guardrails that really worked for us, made us feel better, sharper, made us sleep better, be physically better. And we applied those guardrails to what ingredients we're allowed to use at Q Kitchen. And just a few of them are, we're very low on the grains, we have no gluten, we don't cook in vegetable oils, we cook in coconut oil. The list goes on, but we found what worked for us and we applied it to Q. So you gotta look back at what do people like. We love to indulge and we always did love to indulge. That will never change. But you can indulge in different ways, and that's what we do here. For example, I always loved chicken tenders. My sister always loved chicken tenders, but we didn't want the gluten and we didn't want the grains. How do you make that nostalgic indulgence something that you can actually live by your diet by? So what do? We crust it with an almond meal, and it's just as delicious, and you feel great after eating it versus like, Our chocolate line is the same way. We sweeten with a different sugar, a coconut sugar that always made us feel better than other types of refined sugars and cane sugars. So that's the chocolate we have here. There's no dairy in it, there's no soy in it, and it's our version of chocolate. It's delicious, it's indulgent, and it works. It fits those guardrails that we spoke about earlier.
You guys have been here for 6 years.
Yeah.
You're thriving right now, and you will continue to. But I want to know, what have the challenges been as this change maker who saw this space and said, I want to make a difference?
Yeah. It was very hard, especially 6 years ago, because what we always say is 7 or 8 years ago, when we were sort of formulating this and seeing what worked for us, all these different diets now were very fringy. Gluten-free was bizarre back then. Paleo was, and keto, which, it was very weird stuff back then. And in order to apply those principles to a business was very risky. Those ingredients are still expensive. Cooking in a coconut oil is more expensive than a vegetable oil, but back then it was even worse. So that was a risk, but we said, okay, this is what we're all about, and we see that this is where things are going. Let's apply it here. But it was very difficult to source different things. It's gotten a little easier, but it's still hard and expensive.
Well, what does the future hold? Because you got here, Where are you going next?
Sure. So we have two parts to our business. We have the bricks and mortar restaurant concept, which this is our flagship and our first one. And we have our product side of the business, which is, right now a chocolate line, but we're developing other things as well, and we're all throughout the country. So as our flagship here, probably in the next 6 months to a year, we're going to probably expand into smaller footprints of, bricks and mortar retail locations. And then obviously we have a whole team on our product side of the business, all the same brand, all the same concept, all the same fervor for this lifestyle, and both are expanding.
All right, well, thank you so much. I'm excited to actually get my hands on some of this and start chomping away. Not the chicken, I'm pescatarian, but the chocolate for sure, and there's tons downstairs. You guys have to stay tuned for our next interview because we're going to be speaking to the other co-founder and talking more about the food that they offer. Thank you again, and you guys, I'll see you next time. This is Do Well, Do Good here at the #1 Q Kitchen.